What happens when the truth about your family is too heavy to carry, but too painful to keep hidden? You don't have to be famous to know what it's like to grow up in a family that looks great on the outside, but hurts on the inside. Ashley Judd's story isn't just hers. It could be all of ours. In the Judd family, truth be told, Ashley opens the door on a story many families feel that they have to keep locked. Having ingredients like fame and mental illness and generational trauma, and the devastating loss of her mom, Naomi Judd, to suicide. Now, today's story isn't just a story about tragedy. It's about shining light on how to break cycles, on choosing truth over silence. The Judd family, when I was growing up, was kind of like American royalty. Naomi and Winona, mother and daughter, they dominated country music. They were amazing on stage. But behind the glitter was deep dysfunction. And now Ashley, she was the youngest, and she kind of grew up on the edges of the spotlight. She's spoken publicly about feeling emotionally neglected, raised by a mom who was charismatic on stage and chaotic at home. In systemic work, the work I get to do every day with clients, I've noticed that children who grew up in high conflict or high performance families often become either the fixer or the forgotten. And I think for Ashley, she became more like the witness or the truth teller, the one who saw it all but couldn't name it. And she spoke about that leaving a mark of just feeling so emotionally isolated. Living in a household shaped by untreated mental illness and secrecy and unresolved trauma. Her mom, Naomi, battled depression for years, and their family, like many, protected the image of success while suffering in silence behind closed doors. And I'd have to say that's how generational trauma operates. It's like roles get assigned and pain gets passed down, and without intervention and without understanding, the story just repeats. Ashley didn't just live it, she studied it. She became a global advocate for mental health, but first, she had to do the work in her own family. Sadly, in 2022, Naomi died by suicide, and Ashley was the one that found her mom. Instead of retreating into shame, she decided to step forward into truth. She refused to let her mom's death be hidden in whispers. She spoke openly about grief, about the mental health system, about the cost of silence. It was raw, it was painful, and I'd say it was a radical act of healing, not just for her, but for anyone carrying unspoken grief. Ashley's story reminds us, you don't have to repeat the pain that you inherited. You get to choose something different. She shows us what's possible when you let go of any of the roles that you were handed and start living from a place of integrity and awareness, to start to integrate what's been stored from that family story. In truth be told, she doesn't just honor her mom, but she also reclaims her voice. The truth is, we all inherit emotional blueprints from our family, but it's what we do with them that defines who we become. I just want to take a moment to share how much I admire Ashley Judd. She's a living example of what it means to heal what's been imprinted by our family of origin. Certainly not by forgetting the past, and as if that's possible. We're imprinted by it and our lives run from it, but to face it with courage. If stories like this speak to you, please subscribe to this channel. By understanding some of the people we know and love on the stages and screens of our lives, we can understand a little bit more about ourselves. Thanks for joining me, and pass this along if you have a friend that you think would really enjoy stories like this.